Welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live. We are seeing markets under some pressure here this morning. Jared Blikre has an early check for us. Among other things markets are watching, Jay Powell.
Yes, as if he hasn't been speaking enough on the issue recently. Guess what? He's going to hike until something breaks, guys.
Yeah.
That has been the message. I don't see that changing. Let's take a look at what's happening today. We can see markets under a little bit of pressure. NASDAQ off about 1%. And let's go to a three-day view. We are in the third day of this holiday shortened week, and the NASDAQ is up about 1/3%. And let's go to the Dow as well. That is lagging today. That is up about 12 basis points. Not much to write home about for the week, the nascent week here. Here is the sector heat map. Everything in the red, although you can see energy just flipping into the green right now. We're going to get to crude oil in a second. Communication services, materials, consumer discretionary, and tech, those are rounding out the bottom, all down about 1% or more. And if you take a look inside the NASDAQ, we're going to see kind of the flip from yesterday. Although I don't think we've clawed back all of those gains that we had yesterday. This is a two-day look, so we can see Amazon holding on to gains of over 1%. So is Microsoft and Alphabet. Tesla holding on to gains of over 2%. And let's take a look at some of our leaders. This is a two-day. We're going to go to a one-day. We can see IPOs getting a little love today. Meme stocks, biotech. Not really seeing this as the most bullish action, but to the downside, we got Chinese stocks, K-Web kind of trading on its own. That's down 2.5%, followed by a gambling ETF. That's bets. XRT is retail. Korean stocks. And this is reminding me, we got to touch on currencies in a second. But before we do that, I did promise we get into some crude oil action. And as you noted, Julie, having turned around here. This is cotton. It looks like the numbers are changing here. Let's see if we can dial that in. Okay, so WTI is up 1.7%. Now, you're going to notice that we are hanging out in the lower 80s. The current price is 83.35. We hit about 81 and change earlier. And if I put a year-to-date view, you're going to see we haven't seen these prices all the way going back since 2 January. And just reading the literature and talking to some traders here, this market is very illiquid right now. The open interest on these futures contracts has been decreasing. In other words, the price action can be very erratic and not necessarily reflect the fundamentals. Saw another report today. Interestingly, the SPR, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, has been drawn down to about 450 million barrels. But guess what? Our exports in the U.S. our net exports could be twice that. So energy independence working for America right now. I think Americans will take the lower oil prices that come with lower gas prices. But again, very illiquid, erratic market right now. So we could see that shoot right back up, guys.
Best believe it. Give me that $50 a barrel oil, Jared. Hit us with some currency analysis.
Yes. All right. Let's get to our currencies. And as we've been talking about here, the U.S. dollar has been on an absolute tear. And we have that because the Fed is raising rates at a higher amount and is expected to than other currencies around the world, other central banks around the world. So the U.S. enjoying that dollar flow to take advantage of our higher rates. Now, this is what's happening today. I want to show what's happened with respect to the U.S. dollar over the last month. You can see the U.S. dollar is up 6.6% versus the yen. And the yen has just been losing ground. So higher means stronger U.S. dollar, weaker yen. And this is up 25% year to date. That is a record going back to the inception of cable trading against a pound in the modern Forex era. And then we got to talk about cable as well. That would be the British pound. We'll see if I can dial that up. There we go. U.S. dollar versus a British pound. Now, this is inverse to how it typically looks in a Forex screen. Did this to show versus the U.S. dollar. You can see that is up 17.6%. We wish our best for the Queen and everybody else in Great Britain, but that's what we're seeing right now, guys. A little bit of strange stuff in currency land.